This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
One person in hospital after car crashes in the Wisconsin River near Sauk City.
They had the meat sweats.
Authorities investigating a car reportedly crashed into the Wisconsin River on Highway 12 heading into Sauk. Did he go off the bridge?
Hi, Chihuahua.
Dane County Dispatch notified crash. 7:48 yesterday. Happened on the Dane County side of the river. All right, so there's that. What's that canoe rental thing there? Well, the Pickers.
Right. Yeah, I don't ever know the name of anything.
Pickers Patch or whatever it's called. It's like a U-Haul canoe rental flower shop.
Right. Pumpkin patch.
Dane County Sheriff's Office tells News 3 preliminary reports seen indicate there was only one person in the car. 50-year-old man from Circle Pines, Minnesota. Taken to the hospital to be treated. The man was driving west, on 12, so going into Sauk, right? 2019 Honda Passport hit a sign, landed in the river. The river's current carried the car a quarter mile downriver.
He managed to get out.
What the hell?
On the map here.
The man able to escape and helped out of the water by Sauk City Fire Rescue.
Yeah, the map has it like right on the bridge.
Whoa!
But there ain't no signs on them bridge.
Oh, dude.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Not good.
Yep, flying through the air. It's not good. I'm flying through the air.
Farm stand.
Oh, yeah.
It's just called farm stand.
I wonder if he was, if he kind of veered down.
Oh, and then there's Picker's Place. I see it.
Yeah, did he go down?
I'll go down.
Or did he do a header off the bridge?
I don't know.
Because there's a nice cement railing there.
I was
going to
say, you'd have to be clipping along pretty good to get over that.
I don't know. He'd have to be airborne to get over that thing.
Right.
Wouldn't he?
Well, you'd have to hit something else at an angle to be able to launch you over that.
Unless it rolled, unless he was scraping and then the sign, would a sign flip? I don't know what
there's no, I don't know if there's signs on the bridge. Is there?
Well, I'm sure there are. Yeah, I can't remember what sign. Well, they're showing it right on the bridge.
That's what they're saying. But we all fake news. Media lies.
But it would be weird unless he had unless he blacked out and because he could have veered off and went down the embankment, hit a sign. Man, that should have been your first sign. Oh, man.
Hey, he didn't go off the bridge.
Thank
he went
you.
off where they sell the pumpkins and the kayaks and stuff. He went off right through there and then went down in the drink.
Is everybody at the kayak place okay?
Well, the toothless lady they had on the news last night was saying they almost hit their RV. Would have been bad if they'd have hit their RV.
Geez.
Must have been related to Eddie or something. But
Hey, Clark.
yeah, then he floated down the river for like a half a mile, and he got out, and he floated even farther down, and they picked him up.
Clark, we don't
I
want
don't know how he didn't sink to the bottom and drown.
Yeah, that's
the current's got to be crazy.
Sure, the flotation ability of the Honda. What I say it was? A Honda Passport.
I'm sure that water ain't that cold or ain't that warm either.
No kidding.
Right, a quarter mile. I would have thought a car would have sunk right on the spot.
But if the current's so fast, I guess.
Right, so you're sinking and floating.
Right.
Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
I don't know.
We'll have to put it on Mythbusters.
Otherwise, is the Passport an amphibious vehicle? Does he drive for the Wisconsin Ducks? Was he telling jokes the whole time?
And begging for tips? Yeah, right. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that makes more sense. Instead of going off the damn bridge.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Yeah. Hi, how's it going?
Damn it, John. Had a pretty good morning going on. Good warm weather for December.
Yeah.
Getting through the day, get to fish later tonight.
Yeah.
Then you had to read them news stories.
Yeah, horrible start.
Now my stomach's all tight and knot.
How's it going to end?
Damn it.
Some deep breathing exercises.
Oh, by the way, you've got 6 hours. They just spotted a meteorite coming in hot, so get ready.
Hit the reset button. I've said it before.
Oh. All right, man.
Time.
All right, thanks.
Have a good weekend, bud.
No pumpkins harmed in the making of this high-flying accident. Yeah, so it's... Was he fiddling with the radio? At what point can't you just... He must have went off super fast. I mean, just like, boom, boom, you're in the water. Not like you're like, oh, crap. Is that a river? What is that up there? It's moving. What is that? Is that snakes? What is that? It's moving.
Dude. I know Justin's messaging. He's like, that is just crazy. I don't understand how.
Right.
I need to drive to Sauk today. That's what I'm going to do. And retrace his steps, not with my car. I'm going to get out of my car and walk and figure out how the hell it's even possible.
Looking for tire tracks, ma'am.
Yeah.
All the way to the grizzly end.
Right.
I understand it when those two 18-wheelers went over the bridge up at Ishnala,
Mirror Lake or whatever.
The Mirror Lake Bridge on the interstate.
Yeah.
Those things are so top-heavy, I get it. Once that momentum gets going.
Right.
I understand that. That's a low steel barrier there. But the Sauk Bridge? I was wondering how he got off there and ran into the river so fast.
I don't know, but that dude, what a day, dude.
What? Good thing he didn't run off in Wallersheim. Felipe would have came out with a double-barrel shotgun, blew his head off.
There's no effing around.
With Felipe.
Yeah.
It says it right on the side.
I'm just thinking about calling my insurance agent and being like, hey, I had a little incident at the bridge in Sauk.
Sure, we'll send a... I'll tell you what, you're covered with towing. We'll send the truck up. Where's the car? I believe it's stuck in the dam. I believe it's wedged into a turbine in the dam.
No, this is under roadside assistance, right?
So, send out the American Family Insurance Navy. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, those two semis did not go off the bridge additional in Mirror Lake.
Yeah, they did. They flipped right over the steel.
No, they did not.
Oh, they went before.
The one coming south went off through the guardrail and went between the concrete barrier and the trees and went right off the bank.
All right, so pre-bridge.
Yes, and then the one going north, he went between the two bridges off and went down in between the two bridges into the lake.
Okay, so that one flipped over the rail.
No, it didn't. It went down, but in the median.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Between the bridges and went down in.
So he went
down.
And
then he actually got hung up.
So his
trailer hung up.
I remember those pictures.
I thought that dude went right over the side.
Nope.
Okay.
Neither one of them did. The guy went coming south. He fell asleep.
Well, the guy going south must have caught air at some point, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He definitely caught air.
Yeah, flying through the air.
There was no trees that stopped him. There was some scrapes on the tree that's still there, but he went right.
All right.
He tried to Evel Knievel it, but didn't make it.
Okay, cool. Thanks, bud.
Later.
Hello.
He knows everything.
He does. Well, he's from there, right?
Right.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi.
Yo.
I just drove past where the guy went off at Sauk.
Okay. Talk to me.
And he's got clear sailing.
The hell does that mean? So pre over the water, clearly.
That was probably when he left the road 50 yards to the river. Nothing to block him.
Right. No, I know you can veer off there. There's really nothing, no barrier stopping you there at the fruit farm, right?
Correct.
He went off to the right. He didn't cross traffic, correct?
Correct. And the sign is sitting there with no posts. It's just like standing on the ground.
What's the sign? I don't know. Which sign is it? Culver's or something?
Yeah, I think it was like welcome to Sauk City or something.
That'd be great.
Happy sailing. Welcome to Sauk City. the sailing capital of the world. All right, thanks.
Yep.
Jeez,
like, welcome to Sauk City. I think I have to drive through this to get to Sauk.
Hey, at least he didn't take out the damn Quick Trip. They're going to haul down and take out a whole Quick Trip. Oh, wow. That's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
Timing is everything in life, right?
Man.
I don't remember this much
time and pressure, really. John.
I don't remember this much excitement in Sauk City since they took since Sauk Harley Davidson left town. Yeah.
I was looking for something to do today. I'm gonna go investigate,
dude. So maybe they. I wonder if the truck actually went. I wonder if the truck is, because that's pretty shallow.
I'm going to go out there and pretend I'm an investigative podcast and get interviews.
There you go. Case of the missing Honda Passport. I think I see the antenna. It's either that or a Russian submarine. I can't decide.
They're here. The Ruskies are here.
The Ruskies are here. Well, it's a good excuse to go to Sauk City in the Village pub and have cocktails.
I just did the shrug motion. Maybe. I was also going to go to Prem Meats and see what they got going on.
No.
Visit Gavin.
Now you're talking, buddy.
What else can I go
What a great story, though.
I mean...
it didn't say whether they pulled it out of the drink. That's the only thing I didn't see.
Yeah.
No, there it is. They got it. I'm sorry, I just saw it. Yeah.
What a day.
Yep. Cranking that thing right out of the river. That thing's pretty, clearly there's the damage from hitting the sign. The rest of it's just, dude, nice commercial, I got to say, for the Honda Corporation.
Right?
I don't know if, I don't see a airbag or anything, but kept him on the right side of the water there just long enough to get out. Be funny. The low sandbar. The sandbar.
You're just sitting there.
You're just standing there. Hey! It's pretty cool, man. You're out there posing for pictures. Like you're the last guy off the
The Eagles are landing.
Yeah, the Eagles are pecking your face out. Yeah.
People, relax.
What a complete waste
We are killing it online. Have you guys checked the comments?
of cyberspace.
Smoke That Skin Wagon says, you guys are killing it.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
We're internet sensations.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
All right. For a lot of people, Christmas time is a joyful celebration. It's not the case for one dude in the UK, Gary Hollidge. Gary's girl. Gary suffers from a fear of Santa Claus that's so paralyzing.
Really?
That he's scared to put up Christmas decorations every year.
Where?
This is so ridiculous. Interestingly, it's not the real-life Saint Nick that gives Hollidge 47 nightmares before Christmas, but rather dancing Santa figurines. What a very specific phobia.
Childhood trauma.
Right. Let's hypnotize this mofo and see what the hell happened. It's the little weird dancing figures that freak me out.
Don't go to SantaCon. You might have a seizure.
Well, you better not hit up a House on the Rock this time of year either. You're going to have a struggle bus, man. Let me see. I have an appropriate song.
What's the name of somebody afraid of? Santa Claustrophobic?
Claustrophobia? I don't know. All right, go ahead and crank that down a little bit. They are really creepy, and it's the way they move that's horrible. I can't bear it. It's got Santaphobic, they call it, which causes his anxiety to skyrocket ahead of the Yuletide each year. We are at peak ridiculous. As soon as the little Santa starts jiggling, I start to break out in a cold sweat.
Jesus, dude. Stop looking at it.
I know, right?
Stay out of the mall. Jesus, dude.
Oh, my God. It's terrible. The sweat runs down my back and my neck, and my palms get really clammy.
You know, it'd be really cool if you were his roommate. Run into his room, dress as Santa Claus, and throw him in a bag and put him in the back of a van.
Jesus Christ.
Just keep screaming ho, ho, ho all the way to wherever you're going at. Drop him off at a Christmas tree farm.
It's not enjoyable as they can appear anywhere and at any time. It is such a nightmare. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh.
He discovered his Santa-induced heebie-jeebies when he was 7. I remember going shopping with my mom as Christmas approached, and it was a no-go. If I had to go with her, I'd sit and wait in the car for her to return. Jeez. His spine-cringling fear made life at school difficult, as his friends would constantly ask him to go over their house for dinner come Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'd have to find out if they had a dancing Santa, and if they did, I would make up any excuse and arrange to go outside with them instead. He was able to keep his secret safe, so kids at school never knew, and he wasn't bullied. Studies on Santaphobic are scarce because this dude just made it up.
You think of Santa, though. He is a pretty creepy dude. He breaks into your house. He takes your cookies. He kisses your mom.
He watches you when you're sleeping.
Right. Makes out with your mom. Makes out with whoever when they're sleeping. I mean, yeah. I understand it if you think about it too long.
Let's not forget how we enslaved the elves.
Right. Yeah, don't think about it too long. Don't think about it too much.
Right. You can't, or it's, yeah. Anyway, there is a full-blown fear of Christmas itself. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. The phobia typically develops in early childhood and may overlap or include some of the phobias like Santaphobic, fear of Father Christmas or Santa Claus, parties, fear of party, or other Christmas rituals can all feed into the general phobia. At one point, this dude's parents reportedly tried to cure his condition by buying a Santa to decorate their house with, but it backfired. Nice work there, parents. They thought it was funny and it would help me get over my fear, but it just made matters 10 times worse. Oh, good.
Dude, he knows.
Now he pisses his pants when he sees a Santa Claus.
Some guy in sweatpants popping out of your fireplace. Yeah, I could see how you'd piss your pants if you weren't mentally prepared for that.
Now,
and why does Santa have to be fat, by the way? Why was Santa always fat? Where did that come from?
Well, that's just it. If he's running around like crazy like that, you'd think he'd be thin.
Right. You'd think they'd make it more believable.
I've seen Santa depictions where he's a taller, thinner guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I do like the pictures of every year they trot out when they set the baby in Santa's lap at the mall and the kid's just throwing a fit. Mm-hmm. Those are always funny to me. I enjoy looking at
Right.
those.
Well, we spend all of our time saying don't talk to strangers. And then we're like, here, let this stranger touch you and talk to him.
I'm going to go run down and buy some stuff. Santa, take care. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
I could see how it would be confusing for kids.
Yeah.
But this guy's an adult.
But
so
it's weird. That trust factor just goes away. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fear factor, I guess.
All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, good one.
Weirdo.
I feel normal already.
Right?
We thought uploading to the cloud was something completely different. The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, JJO.
Dude, today is one of my favorite days of the year. It is Bartender Appreciation Day. Give me PC2. Now, every day you should appreciate your bartender, but today give them extra special love. With consent, please. Come on.
Now I'm just a bartender.
Happy Bartender Appreciation Day.
Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender.
Slip me a bottle of bourbon.
One bourbon. I want a drink. I want beer.
You set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. One by one.
I would like to take this time to thank Holly and Kelsey at the Badger Tavern.
Look at you shouting them out.
Two of my favorites. I love them so much. Jesse and the whole crew over at Brothers 3. I can't pick just one. But I also have to say, if we are mentioning Brothers 3, one of the greatest bartenders that ever walked the planet, Mary Reed, may she rest in peace, legendary bartender. Who are your favorite bartenders?
Oh, I don't know. I know their face. I don't remember. I go to so many bars, all of them. I salute all of you people that make me good cocktails. I don't know their names.
It's kind of like how you didn't know who worked behind you for 8 years.
I'd like to. Let me tell you what happens when I walk into a bar. Dude, Corona. And so off we go. So thank you to all. Yes, no, I appreciate everybody out there.
Yes,
I do.
I know you do appreciate.
I know people that make great drinks, and they're always calm, and they're never in a bad mood. And no, I appreciate the service. I do.
100%.
Always over tip.
Yeah. Dylan and Jaybird over at Flannel Frontier.
Oh, hey.
I have like a regular circuit.
You're so good with names.
Well, I get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm protective of my bartenders.
Really?
It's weird.
How so?
Like if anyone messes with them.
Yeah. Somebody says a discouraging word.
Right. Totally. Or they give a crappy tip or
what if it's a
whatever.
stranger that sits down next to you and starts bitching about the bar service?
I'll be like, you best shut your mouth, son.
Yeah. Nice. Take you out back.
You ever want to come here again and you know what's what, you shut your mouth. So there you go. Thank you, bartenders. Holly's probably listening to Fish right now because she's a dick like that, but whatever.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I don't sense a lot of arrogance in the bartending community around here. Just good, friendly, confident service. Mm-hmm. Just everybody does a great job. And yeah, when you're behind a bar, when you say you're at whatever, wherever you are, and it's backed up, and it's taking forever to get a drink, just you stay calm.
Chill the F out, man.
Chill the F out, dude. They're doing their best, man.
They only have 2 hands.
So, no, appreciate the skill set, and I appreciate the patience they bring to work every day. I really do. I mean, that's got just dealing with.
You're dealing with giant drunk toddlers.
You really are.
So.
I ain't leaving a tip. Drink sucks. Took forever.
Right, because it's their fault that they can't get anybody to work.
That's a great band name. Maybe the best. Ladies and gentlemen, giant drunk toddlers.
And you can wear a diaper on stage.
Yes. You're standing there. You're just standing there in a diaper with an old fashioned in your hand. Hey! No, I'll tell you who I'd like to thank.
Oof.
I'd like to thank Courtney over at Liberty Station. She's we communicate without even talking these days. So yeah, I'm on the I need a name for this.
The Martini Mile.
I was going to say like the Martini Mafia or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it, but she's the only one I trust to make me a good Hendrix Martini.
There you go.
She's fabulous.
We should probably mention the crew over at Daly's, too.
Oh, 100%. Scoob, the whole situation over there. We're having a Christmas party over there. Can't say enough great things.
Yeah.
Scoob always brings me out a nice little, he always lets me try some whiskeys he gets, and it's top notch. If you've never had Friday fish.
Oh, yeah.
At Daly's, the plate is as big as this control board.
Yeah.
It's like an old-fashioned dinner at your mom's house.
Right. And if you're real lucky, there'll be a drunk DJ in there while you're eating with your family saying the MF word over and over again.
You mean the guys on the Golden Tea machine? Yeah, we got, yeah.
Well, it was funny because it was you one year and it was me the year before.
Yes. We weren't told to shut up. We were sick.
We just get escorted to the basement.
Well, yeah. Yeah. The one year, we got told to go to the basement.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Is this live?
Yeah, we're live now.
Hey, man.
So you can't say the F word or the C word. Well, you can, but you just got to be really creative.
What's that, Canada?
Boy, here's the guy we've been hearing for 3 days and smelling for 5. Cory Marks, by way of North Bay, Ontario. Hey, man.
Good morning. How are you?
Dude, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
You're huger in person than you are
on the internet.
In the interweb.
It's just the T-shirt.
Because all your...
You're about to blow them sleeves right off.
You did blow the sleeves off. I didn't see your tat, man. I don't know what you got going on.
There's a whole bunch of stuff there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Jack Daniels. This is a memory of my grandfather. We're born on the same day, 65 years apart.
Oh, wow.
So got some Merle Haggard on there.
Yeah.
The Snowbirds, so they're like, for people who don't know, they're like the Canadian Forces version of like the Blue Angels. Thunderbirds.
Okay,
I flew with them in 2017. And I've always been like a nut about airplanes, and I'm a pilot as well too, so I just always love that stuff.
He's a nut about airplanes too.
What are you certified in?
Single engine, fixed wing, so no IFR or anything yet, just VFR. But Cessna 172, I fly a Yak 52, which is a Russian trainer, but it's fully aerobatic, so that's a lot of fun instead of flying straight and level.
Sorry, is that a jet or a prop?
It's a prop. It's got the big piston engine at the front, radial engine.
Yeah. Well, that's got to sound sweet. When
it sounds awesome. It sounds really cool. It's a beautiful airplane. It's a tank, man. But it's fun. It rolls and tumbles and does all that. Good
the
stuff.
way it's going, the way it's going in Ukraine, they might recall that plane back. They might need it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We actually stopped flying it because it actually has the Russian star and everything on it. So
probably some bad.
We kept it in the hangar. We were going to tape it over and everything, because we don't.
Put a Jack Daniels logo over
that thing. It's actually a black plane with a red star. So yeah, Jack Daniels would work.
Damn, the Russians are here. God damn.
No, it's Cory.
But even the way you fly it, then if you put Jack Daniels on it and the way we fly it, then they might think they might have drank some Jack Daniels.
Right.
True.
There you go. Many things to consider.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So when did you first become a pilot, and how did you get interested in that?
I got my pilot permit when I was 19, and then I was playing hockey up there. Then growing up, between hockey, not knowing really what I wanted to do, I studied to get my pilot's license. So right before my final test, the school actually shut down. So I was like, man, what the hell am I going to do? I had a couple hockey teams call me and say, why don't you come? You still got a couple years left. So even prior to that, my rookie year, I had a full ride to Ohio State University.
Okay.
Which at 18, I was like, man, I don't want to go back to school. So I didn't even realize what that really meant then. It's like full ride.
You don't even have to study when you're on scholarship,
I don't want to be far from mom and dad. And I was like, nah. Now I realize we actually played the arena, which was like, oh shit, that's a pretty big deal, But after that, I was scouted out by the Royal Military College of Canada.
Okay.
So I enrolled there, and with hopes to be a fighter pilot was the dream, and that's where I started playing music, started singing and stuff at bars, and had friends invite me up on stage, and that's where it all started.
Dude, isn't that where Johnny Cash started picking and writing when he was in the Air Force? I saw that in the movie.
I don't know.
Johnny Cash.
I believe you. If you saw it in a movie, it has
when
to
he goes when he goes to his audition, the guy's like, he's like, you got any real songs? And Johnny Cash goes, I wrote a couple songs in the Air Force. He goes, you got anything against the Air Force? And the guy, that was Elvis's producer, and the guy's like, nope. And Johnny Cash says, I do. And then he sang his songs.
Wow, yeah, he was a badass.
Just killed the man. So then music just naturally, or was it kind of pumped into you as a
were your
kid?
Parents musicians?
Yeah, like again, my grandfather and I being born on the same day, October 11th. So that week of October is Canadian Thanksgiving. So everyone would go up to Paper's house, and which is I'm also French, so that's grandfather and French. Paper, we'd go there, and all my aunts and uncles, my parents, you got 7 or 8 guitars and fiddles going around the table, big old kitchen party. You're singing Waylon, Merle, even all the way back to like Jimmy Rogers and that that good old country stuff. So it kind of grew on me. My dad was also a drummer, which eventually taught me how to play drums. So I started out on the drums when I was like 10. And I thought I was going to be, my goal is to be like, all right, I love Neil Peart, obviously being from Canada.
Yes.
And Rush, but then it was like, all right, I want to be like Tommy Lee, like a kind of celebrity drummer. It's he's like a movie star in a sense, the way he was kind of represented and stuff. But that's kind of how it all started for me, was just singing with family, and a lot of my friends were, I was in a metal band called Inflict by 16, doing blast beats and all that stuff, but also a huge Merle Haggard fan, so it's kind of a little mix and match of everything.
Totally. Dude, I feel like we're all 7 degrees of Rush. One of the first bands I remember really hearing as a rock band was Rush, that first got played on a station in Cleveland called WMMS. It's literally the first station that played Rush in this country, anywhere in the States. And geographically, it makes sense.
Right.
And I could pick it up where I grew up. And you're like, whoa, what is this cosmically sounding crazy music?
Right.
It was mind blowing.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like anything else that was out there.
And those three guys make it sound like seven.
For real.
It's just incredible.
For real. What was your first memories of like rock and roll, like rock bands? Do you have
I was probably about. I guess around 10. We had this called the Heritage Festival where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Heritage Festival, an international air show. So we had, throughout the day, Saturday to Sunday was this incredible air show, which we had, all kinds of military aircraft and civilian aircraft. It was one of the biggest in North America. But then at night, from 6 to 11 p.m. were all these bands. So, my memories is probably, drive into the hockey rink with Dad, and we would have moving pictures blasting. I'm air drumming, and that's how I get warmed up. It's
nice,
like just drumming. But well, one of my first concerts I remember was around 10 years old at that Heritage Festival, and it was REO Speedwagon.
Dude,
and I
lost a shoe at the Coliseum at the very place you're playing tonight.
No way.
I walked out of there with one shoe after an REO Speedwagon concert.
So awesome.
This is so weird, dude.
Yeah, it was. I remember just watching them and being like, that's pretty cool. But obviously, being a drummer is like, well, I want to drum to a crowd like that one day. And that was back in the day where you downloaded music and you burn it on a CD. So I would go in my parents' minivan and just pretend I was driving and crank REO Speedwagon and sing every word. But I would never do it in front of anybody. That's the one thing. Even my parents, so I heard somebody walk in the house when I was singing. It was immediate stop. I just go to my drum kit and be like, all right. So it was funny in high school. That's kind of what happened. I was in the high school band and as a drummer, and the singers. There's a whole bunch of singers and doing the song, but then the band just stopped, and the band leader, one of my best friends, Billy Martin, and his sister Mary Lou, was like, "Who's singing those harmonies?" And I was kind of like, oh, "Shit."
Busted.
And he was frustrated because they weren't getting it right. But then we'd start playing, and I didn't have a mic or anything. I was just singing over.
Yeah.
And then he stopped, and then I remember Marilee looking back at me and gave me a wink, like she knew it was me doing it. And after that practice, Billy's like, "I got to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh man, come on!" Like, he's like, "You got to sing a song." I'm like, "I'm not doing it." I didn't do it. I was
so nervous.
I was so scared to do it, and then over time with a little liquid courage, it's like, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then here I am.
Yeah.
That's so crazy because to have like stage fright like that, and it's not even stage fright, you're in front of your friends and you don't even want to do it, or your family. Yeah. To get over that and now to kind of thrive when there's more people in front of you.
Just enjoy it.
What an incredible journey.
It's been a roller coaster ride, that's for sure.
Yeah. The liquid courage helped, though.
The liquid courage always helps.
I don't want to sleep. I just want to keep on loving you.
Yeah.
My sister, thank God for an older sister. She is one of the first albums I had.
I'm super gay, but my pants just got a little tight. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie.
Should have known.
You never listen to High Infidelity? Oh, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. You and I are going to freaking jam out.
Speedwagon Greatest Hits?
Yeah. Yes.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
I started earlier this week. I did a whole week juice cleanse, getting ready for the show tonight. So the Jack Daniels really hits hard and clean, dude.
Oh, man.
And pure.
Look at your dedication.
Are we doing a shot tonight?
Enemas, juice cleanse, the whole thing, dude. I'm ready to go.
I'm the only one drinking Jack Daniels on this tour, so.
So when you're in Canada, do you have like a whiskey sponsor? I'm surprised Crown Royal isn't.
You know what? If they're listening, I'm surprised too. No, got no sponsor. Nope.
Is that the only whiskey that you drink?
I mean, it's like with beer. Everyone asks, like, "What's your favorite beer?" It's like, I'll just whatever's cold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I just but Jack's like my go. It's always been my go-to. It's kind of cliche, but it is what it is. I like
Canadian whiskey's fantastic. There's a lot of it over at Daly's, one of our favorite bars right down the road here.
Oh, dude, I could talk about whiskey all day. Are you kidding me?
There's a great. Have you ever heard of Pikes Creek?
Yes, I have.
That's a good one. They set that one in rum barrels for a couple of years, dude. That is really good stuff.
It's always crazy how they make like all these different flavors.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
The Woodford Reserve.
Woodford's
dude,
fantastic.
I can't even. So good, so smooth. Do it neat. Psht.
So we can all agree we all love whiskey.
Yes. And then maybe some choices afterwards aren't the best, but whatever.
Why is D on stage with Cory Marks in the middle of this song?
In a diaper. I don't know.
In a diaper. Questionable choices. Yes.
Cowboy boots?
In cowboy boots. Yeah, man. She's making out with Brantley Gilbert. Weird. All right. We're going to play, let's play one more.
Mm-hmm.
Can we?
Well, I can do Outlaws. I can't really bring any up right now. You're asking me to do
give me
stuff
Outlaws.
I can't
Give me
do.
Outlaws.
Okay.
That is not. Give me the story behind the get together with. Well, give me a quarter, call somebody you care, Travis Tritt and Mick Mars. How'd that come around?
So that was really cool. So it's funny we were talking about country radio and all that stuff too. That up in Canada, starting out as a country artist, like we said, it's either too country for country, which doesn't make sense, or too rock for country, or whatever excuse they have. So I felt that's exactly how I felt, an outlaw and outsider.
Yeah.
Just didn't feel good enough, man.
Oh, you are
the box.
enough.
Thank you. And so I was on a tour with a country artist called Aaron Pritchett up in Canada, a good friend of mine, and it was actually called the Outlaws and Outsiders Tour. And so I forget which show it was, and after a couple Jack Daniels on the bus, I started just singing this hook, and I thought, like, Outlaws were the outlaws and outsiders,
So the tour was named before the song.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, and I thought, man, that would be a good hook. So I kind of started writing a little bit, and then when Kevin Churko came to one of my shows and decided, yeah, we're going to work together, that was actually the very first song we wrote.
Oh, cool.
So it was really cool, and to be honest, I didn't realize at the time. Of course, you never really know if the song's going to be a hit or not, because who else feels that way? Sure, turns out a lot of people do. So, so once that happened, then I got the record deal. I didn't want to have just anybody on this song, like, to feature. It had to make sense, and in my opinion, based on what I went through as an outlaw and outsider, if you will. Well, there's a guy like Travis Tritt got the same stuff. He's too rock, he's too southern, he's too, whatever. But he did his own thing. He was outside the box. Of course, Motley Crue, same thing. A bunch of wild animals. We don't have to discuss what they did. We all know. Crazy, what. So, and they were different in their time. And then, of course, look what Five Finger Death Punch is doing. They're not only kicking ass, but, they were different too. And outside the box, not kind of following the rules. And so, when the song was out, and Alan Kovac from the label, of course, being the music mogul he is, the relationship between Kevin Churko and Ivan, because of, working on the Five Finger Death Punch records, I was like, yeah, I love the song. So whatever happened there, and he was part of it. I remember getting a FaceTime at like midnight because they were 3 hours behind, and I'm thinking Kevin Churko was calling me. Like, what the heck? So I roll out of bed, but it was Ivan Moody. He's like, hey, Cory, what's up, dude? I'm like, holy shit.
Right.
He's like, thanks for letting me be part of your song, man. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we're in the studio cutting Outlaws and Outsiders right now. And so that was like pretty crazy. And then I found out that Travis Tritt was going to be on it and that he really loved the song. And then I got a call from Kevin a couple weeks later saying that Mick loves it too and he's going to do the solo.
Jeez.
So I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That's
and
so
boom,
rad.
That would take a minute to absorb.
It was pretty, especially telling Dad about it. He's like, oh man, wow, like how did this happen?
And you're like, I'm still figuring it out.
I don't know yet, man.
We turned down offers from Bono and Mick Jagger to sing on the record, so we've chiseled it down to three guys.
Yeah,
here they are.
But it is important. I mean, the credibility of the song relies completely on who's in it.
Totally.
You can't be. I mean, I know everybody say what you want to say about Nickelback, but they are mainstream. So even if Chad Kroeger was like, okay, I like that song, it's like, but you're not an outsider. You got to be an outsider to be in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah.
You seem to be a guy who's in the right place at the right time a lot. You ever stop to consider that? I mean, I know you work your ass off. You make your own opportunities. But, man, you are... And you're very, very good. I mean,
thank you.
There's no luck involved.
But chance is, I think chance is involved to a certain extent, isn't it? Like,
for the
who
most
hears
part,
you?
I feel opposite to that. I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Perspective.
Well, not in this case. Not in this case.
This is perfect. This is wonderful.
Yeah. No, it seems like you're, having known you for 10 minutes now, and it seems like you're very humble and grateful for your opportunities.
I really am. Like, especially even you guys having me in here today. It means the world, because like I said, when I started my career, we're still grinding and it's still tough. But so when I get love am loved, it's easy to love back, right? And give that respect back and just, be grateful.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.